There is a fine line between service and servant. Hi, my name is Rémi Medreau. I'm a licensed painter, color consultant, owner of Expressions Painting, and founder of Expressions Painting University. As painters, we are working in the service industry. However, many of us cross over onto the other side of this very fine line and become servants. And the difference between the two, in simple terms, is love or fear. When we're coming from a place of love and giving, we're operating from a place of service. But when we're doing so because of a sense of obligation or feeling like we were not going to be able to please our clients if we don't, etc., this is where we become a servant. And a lot of times even being a servant to our own inner dialogue, right? Not feeling good enough and stuff like that. But the thing that I've certainly come to appreciate and recognize for myself is that the more knowledge you gather, the more you are able to offer a unique experience and a powerful experience, the less that feeling of servanthood gets in the way. The less you're operating from that place of servant and service. And just to give you a few examples of what that may look like for you is, let's say you're giving out a quote and you feel you need to accept any negotiations on price by fear that they'll not want to hire you. Your clients won't want to hire you. That would be coming from a place of fear and servant. Or perhaps you're in the middle of the project and then there's a request to perhaps add this or tweak this or change a color, and you feel the pressure of doing so either at no charge or for very little money. Those would be examples where I would view this as coming from a place of servant. However, this is one of those things where only you could ever know which one it is. Because from the outside, the exact same act may be viewed as coming from a place of love or fear, but it could be the opposite entirely. Only you could ever know that. Because in some cases, you may want to give a credit on an extra, or you may want to do an add-on absolutely free. But if it is coming from a sense of giving and joy because you feel there's a good sense, a good relationship established with the client and there's mutual respect there, then you give because you love to do so, not as a sense of obligation, right? But if the relationship in whichever way feels to you like either you are manipulating the client or the client is manipulating you, and this obviously extends in a whole range of relationships and dynamics, but here I'm certainly talking specifically about hiring a painter, working with a client, or if you are a painter, this type of relationship could also be with your employer, right? If there's a sense that you are being told or not asked to do something and you feel a sense of obligation to do it by fear of what could happen, right? That's where the fear comes in. This is where it looks more like a servant arrangement and not service, right? So just check with yourself. And if you find yourself and you look back on your career and you think, wow, perhaps I've been operating more as a servant, well, maybe it's time that you build up some self-confidence in your career. And the way to do that is to gather knowledge. The more that you become confident in the level of expertise you have as a painter, the easier it will be for you not to feel like you need to accept every little request, every reduction in price and things like that, right? And if you've never heard me say this, there's a free training program at Expressions Painting University where I share 20 years worth of knowledge in the painting industry for free. This is absolutely free. There's 45 videos, 3 hours worth. This is incredibly valuable to help you gain that knowledge, that confidence regarding paint problems and solutions, how to organize a job, how to manage jobs, how to plan your day, stuff like that. It's all in there for free. My intention is not to try to steal money out of you and have you depend on me. My intention is to pass that knowledge that I have learned so that with that, you can step your career to new heights and serve from a place of love your clients and so that they can leverage the power of color. Did you get video in this video? I'm hoping that you did. If you're a painter, contractor, consultant, visit Expressions Painting University. This is where you'll find that free painter training program, 45 videos, 3 hours work. There's also other training programs available like estimating, contracting. Those only open up a few times a year, so be sure to put your name on the list if you're interested. But for now, put yourself in that painter training program. It's free, and believe me, you will get incredible value out of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.